All right, what's up, YouTube? This is Tony Harvin. Welcome to my YouTube channel, secondary YouTube channel, Tony Harvin Network, where I am a boxer podcast, episode number 2, where we have former professional boxer, Montell Ice Griffin from Chicago, Illinois. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing very well. How you doing, brother?
That's what's up. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Let the people know, where you're from and things of that nature. I understand you had 50 wins, correct, as a professional fighter. You lost 8 and 1 draw. Notable fights is Glenn Johnson, Antonio Tarver, and Roy Jones and James Toney, who you beat twice. So take us back to the beginning. How was it growing up in Chicago?
Back in the days, man. I was with my pops, man. So just being with my pops every day, going to the gym, hanging out, meeting guys. I would train like 3 times a day. I train in the morning. I train with the afternoon crowd. I train with the evening crowd, and it was just a great life, man. We wasn't rich or nothing, but I ain't want for nothing. And we had nice house. We had a car. You know what I'm saying? We went to the gym every day and hung out, and I just had a ball.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. What age did you start boxing, and what made you start boxing?
My father took my brother Tim at the time to the gym to learn self-defense. I want to say maybe 71, 72. And after a while, I would go and hang out and everything. And he fell in love with the gym, and he ended up buying the gym from Johnny Coulon, the former bantamweight champion. And he bought the gym. So my pops had Windy City back in 73. So, it was just cool, man. Just like I said, all the guys that came to the gym, Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier, Leroy Murphy, Ernie Terrell, just a lot of great fighters there.
That's what's up, man. I mean, I heard of that gym back in the day, Windy City, back when I was a kid. So that's a very historical gym, out there in Chicago. What age did you first start amateur fighting? And
back in them days, you couldn't fight till you was 10.
Oh, wow.
Official fights. I mean, they had stroke fights, kids, but official fights was 10 years old. But my father ended up putting me in the Ohio State Fair when I was 9. So I was a year younger, but, what I'm saying? I won my first fight. My second fight, I fought a kid named Sam Mack. I'll never forget. Indian kid was real strong. He was just too big for me. So I came back, I came back after the experience, came back at 10 years old the next year and fought again.
What was your weight class back then in the amateur?
I probably 55 pounds. I wasn't, I was small.
You fought open?
No, I didn't fight open to 91. I boxed to 83. My father died in 83. My mother made me quit. So that's when I stopped boxing.
I understand you also went to the Olympic trials, correct?
Yeah, that was in 92. That's when I came back. But when I boxing as a kid, I quit boxing in 83.
Oh, you quit? Wow.
I quit boxing in 83 and do nothing.
Wow, then you came back just like that, and you know what I mean, 92.
Yeah, I took off for 8 years. I came back in 1 year. I made the Olympic team.
Wow, man. Wow. So you ain't do no training.
I ain't do nothing.
Nothing.
I drank beer, smoked weed, chased girls, gang bang, just what any teenager would do. Like my whole life changed. I was doing nothing compared, nothing that had something to do with boxing.
So in general, it seemed like it was just destined for you.
Without a doubt. I was in the gym at 2-3 years old. I started hanging with Muhammad Ali when I was 5. I hung with Muhammad Ali for 8 years, from 5 to 13, to my father passed away. So I was destined to be great, man. You know what I'm saying? Just I lost him 8 years, so it kind of, what I'm saying, you didn't see the best Montell Griffin.
So what was that experience like, being around Muhammad Ali and things of that nature?
Oh, it was great, man. Just being, I'm 5 years old. I would go over his house. He would come to the gym. I went out to his training camp. We just hung out, man. He was just like an uncle to me. I mean, he loved me, treated me real good, and it was a great experience in my life.
That's what's up, man. And what was the encouragement, the influence that made you want to turn pro?
Well, once I made the Olympic team, I said, well, I'm good enough to be, I'm good enough to make the Olympics. So, I only had 33 amateur fights when I came back in 91. So, what I'm saying, most people probably would have stayed amateur, to get more experience. But I was like, man, I'm ready now. I came home and sparred James Tony right at the Olympics, and after I sparred him, I knew I was ready to turn pro.
That's what's up, man. That's definitely a great thing. You know what I mean? Which fights was your toughest mentally and physically that you think? You know, whether it was in the amateurs or the professional league.
Well, I fought a guy named Ray Latham. My 13th fight. No, my 14th fight. I fought a guy named Ray Latham from St. Louis. He was the hardest punch I ever felt in my life. I got dropped for the first time in my career. I got hurt. Got shook up. So I learned a lot in that fight. After I got out that fight with him, I knew I was ready for anybody.
That's great. You mentioned you sparred James Tony, and I seen that you also fought James Tony twice.
Yeah.
Was there similarities how you fought back then when you fought him professionally?
Well, I was an amateur the first time. So when we sparred, it was tit for tat, man. I felt I did very, very well. He said it was like he was fighting a mirror of himself. So I felt good about it. So when they called me 3 years later for us to fight, I knew I got better, so I took the fight.
Yeah, watching your fights, you're a counter puncher. You went to the body. You go to the body a lot. Strong. You was quick. You know what I'm saying?
I try to do a little bit of everything. I wasn't the greatest puncher, but I try to do a little bit of everything. I try to have good defense, good jab, little offense. You know what I'm saying? I didn't throw my right hand probably like I should have, because the funny thing about I'm left-handed, I switched to righty, but every time I hit somebody with right hand, I hurt him, but I would never throw it. I don't understand. I don't know why.
Who besides Muhammad Ali, what other fighters influenced you that you used to watch back in the day?
I spent a lot of time with Tommy Hearns. Tommy Hearns came to my father's gym. He fought an exhibition in Chicago. No, it wasn't in Chicago. I forgot where it was at, but I was in his dressing room, so I got a chance to see how all the big time was when I was a kid. So it just made me just want to be a part of it.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Definitely. I saw you a lot on Facebook and things like that in reference to the Hall of Fame. I don't know if you've been inducted. Me personally, I think you should be, but I don't know if they inducted you yet. Did they? Or
no, I'm not. I'm not even on the ballot. That's the part. I mean, if I don't make it, I don't make it. But I'm not even on the ballot, which is a slap in the face, man. I took off for 8 years. I came back in 30 amateur fights. I made the Olympic team. I turned pro. 14 pro fights, I beat James Tony. So in 44 fights, I made the Olympic team and beat James Tony. And I beat him again. Then I got Roy frustrated when he fouled me. So you know what I'm saying? I think I deserve it.
Yeah, I seen that. You know what I mean? Honestly, I think you was winning on the scorecards. Honestly, and the first fight with Roy and things like that, a lot of counter punching. He was catching him a lot with the overhand and hooks and things like that. I think you won that first fight hands down. What are some fighters in these days that you watch? These young prospects or these young.
I watch everybody. I love Earl Spence, Bud Crawford, Canelo. I mean, all these guys. Boxing is in good hands right now. The heavyweight division, Tyson Fury. You got super middleweights. You got welterweight. 30 to 40 is stacked with Tank and Haney and Lomachenko and all those guys. The boxing is in great hands right now.
Oh yeah,
I just think more guys need to fight a little bit more, fight each other.
Oh yeah. So what you're saying is like, well, I don't know if the Gervonta Davis and the Ryan Garcia thing going through. You talking about fights like that?
Yeah. Everybody needs to fight each other. I mean, everybody champs, everybody getting a little name. So now it's time to fight each other, man.
So back then, would you say it's a little different from right now? Because back then, champions would go at it and things like that.
I mean, it ain't never. It's always an era where it's still fights that didn't never happen. I mean, in the '90s, we never saw Ricky Bourne, Lennox Lewis. So you know what I'm saying? It's every era. It's gonna be fights that we didn't see. So it's not like it's just starting now. But I just want these guys to fight each other just to make things better. Everybody is so into that that zero, that undefeated. Like if you're not undefeated, you're not good, which is stupid.
Yeah,
it's idiotic, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what has boxing taught you in comparison and parallel to life?
Boxing is so dirty and so hard that it just made everything else I did in life easier. know what I'm saying? From training, from being in the gym training, and also from the game of boxing that's stab you in the back and do you wrong. So I'm saying I've been through all that. So after being around boxing, everything else was easy to me.
Mm. The business of boxing, versus a fighter could have all the talent in the world, all the skills in the world, and things of that nature. Should a boxer in these days or in general, when they first about to sign that contract and things like that, should they study the business out and learn more about the in depths of the business in boxing?
Well, it ain't really just about studying the business. It's just having the right people behind you could trust to make sure you good. You know what I'm saying? You got to remember one thing. With these promoters, they can tell you what's on the table, but they ain't got to prove it to you. They ain't got to show you. You know what I'm saying? So it's always more money on the table. So don't you know what I'm saying? Don't never just accept the first offer they gives you, and make sure you got a lawyer to read over your contract. You got a good manager, good promoter, and that's not gonna take advantage of you. It's hard, but you just got to try your best.
Mm. So, like the music business, some entertainers they go independent as far as like with their music. Would it be harder for a boxer to do that for
Well,
him
with
or
a boxer,
herself?
once you get a name, you don't need a manager. So you
Mm.
just really just need a promoter. So say for instance, you turn pro, you sign your first deal for 3-4 years. When that deal is up, man, if you successful enough, you don't need another manager. Just you get your agent, you get you fights and everything, let the promoter do the work,
Mm.
and have the agent take care of you, make sure you're okay with the promoter.
Mm. That's
So
what's
you,
up.
you
So,
gotta have somebody watching everybody.
wonderful. So, besides boxing, was there anything career wise or job wise that you wanted to become?
I mean, I was good in football. I'm short and stocky. I was a good running back. I didn't have world class speed. I think I was good enough to play D1, but I ain't had the speed probably to go to the NFL. But I was pretty good in basketball and football.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up, man. So, as we conclude, last question: what encouragement, what advice would you give to the young fighters and the youth, or just people in general, on how to better themselves upon what you have learned in boxing, as far as like discipline and focus and things like that?
What the main thing, man, is take care of your body. That's the main thing.
Mm.
Uh, you can't be putting on 20, 30, 40 pounds in between fights. I was a guy who did that a few times, and I regret that now. You got to, it's a business, man. Stay in shape, stay close. Don't take too much time off. Try to fight as much as you can because you can't get this time back. Once it's over, it's over. So, you know what I'm saying? Take advantage of it. Have you a great team. Give yourself the best opportunity. Train as hard as you can. And, try to be the best you can be.
That's what's up, man. I definitely appreciate you for coming on this interview, man. It's been a blessing. It's a wonderful thing to have you in the head, and I appreciate it, man. Montell Ice Griffin. Appreciate that, man, for
All right.
sure.
Before I go, man, I want to tell everybody out there I got a book out, The Ice Life. It's about a kid. I'm not the best fighter. I don't have the best life, but it's about a kid who gave it his all and made himself have a second chance and did the best he could.
That's what's up, man. Would you have like a movie or something like that that you would work on?
I think
That
I,
book?
I think I think if the right person see it, you know what I'm saying? I think my life has been crazy enough. Whereas the way it was, I woke up. I mean, I was born and I was in a gym growing up. I grew up with my mom and Ali for 8 years. My father died. That was real terrible. I lost him at 12 years old. Then I just ended up growing up like a regular kid. Um, like I said, gang banging, messing around, drinking drugs and everything. And I did that, you know what I'm saying, until I was a grown man. And December 90, I moved to LA, started fighting. And I just put it like this. I had my first fight January 91. January 1992, I was #1 in the nation. I made the Olympic team that summer. And what I'm saying, I turned pro. So, you know what I'm saying, I made a second chance for myself. But
Mm.
like I said, the link is theicelifebook.com.
Cool.
Theicelifebook.com. It's a great story. Check it out. I'm sure. I'm guarantee you really will enjoy it.
That's what's up, man. Definitely appreciate that, man. For real.
All right. Thank you very much.
No problem, sir. Enjoy your day.
All right, man. Keep in touch.
Likewise.